Good evening and welcome to today's session. I'm sorry that my network at this end has been unstable, so I've been on and off. I just pray that it restabilizes so that we can carry on with this session smoothly. Thank you so much for making it a date with us tonight. Most likely, you know me already. I'm George, personal branding strategist. So today we shall be looking at how we can build our personal brands. Why is it important and how we can go about it? So I'll proceed by sharing my screen with you. I just hope that you'll be able to from that end. Okay, here are our objectives for today. We have about 1 hour of this online session. You understand the difference between a brand and branding, the differentiate between a personal brand and personal branding, and know the importance of building a brand, personal brand, and acquire basic tips on how to start building an outstanding personal brand. So let's look at what a brand is and what branding. What is it that I seem to be getting some noise in the background? Please mute your mics. So what is a brand? When you hear of a brand, what is it that comes to your mind? Drop a comment in the comment section. Can you hear me? What is it that comes to your mind when you hear about the word brand? Since I'm finding it's like sharing my screen will be a major difficulty. So can I just continue and then I share the slides with you later? Because it's unstable at this end.
Yes, sir, there's no problem.
Yes, coach. Right on, coach.
What do you think?
Yeah.
Because I'm having the impression
that
that
will
you
be better.
So why build a brand? That's the question we're asking ourselves. Why should we build a brand? the first reason, let's move a bit faster since we have network, we've been having network issues. Let's move a bit faster. The first thing is that it differentiates you from all others because there are many more people who are doing the same thing that you are doing. So you are not alone in this. So branding will make you stand out from many others who offer similar products and services. Secondly, branding will spotlight you and increase your awareness, influence, impact, and income. So it's a lead magnet.
I can hear you well now, clear.
Okay, please, I'm very, very sorry. The network has been really terrible at this end, and I couldn't connect directly from my laptop, so I have decided to connect that. So let's proceed. Did you get? I started by telling us exactly what personal branding was, what personal brand was, what got me to that extent. Now we can continue to see why it is important, what I said about the importance of building a brand. Please mute your mics. Somebody is interfering in the background with noise. So like I was saying, it's important to be a brand because it helps you to differentiate you from other brands outside there, from other people, because there are many other people outside there who are doing exactly the same thing that you do. So you must look for a way to stand out. Secondly, personal branding will increase your awareness in the minds of people. People get to know you, and so it will increase your influence, impact, and eventually income if you know how to monetize your personal brand. It also builds your credibility and loyalty in the sense that the more and more you offer value outside there, the more and more it increases your perceived value. So it builds trust in the minds of people. And with trust, people can come to you over and over to benefit from your products and services. Then it builds thought leadership in you. It establishes you as an authority in your industry. People will come towards you to benefit from your products and services because they know that you can provide answers to the questions or concerns they have. For instance, that is answers or solutions to the problem you have, which is that of personal branding. In addition, personal branding will increase will improve on your networks because it attracts like minds. If you offer value, value attracts value. Birds of a feather flock together. So you'll be able to build a community of like minds, sharing common values. Number 6 is that it's an opportunity portal because it opens up doors of opportunities to you. Investors want to invest in you. Interns want to work with you. Volunteers want to work with you. Partners and other lucrative resources. People want to work with you because they believe that what you have to offer is of great value. And people want to attach themselves to noble brands. You see, when people like Abubakar Mensah, when they excelled at the Cannes, you see, they won several commercial deals, for instance, the MTN and so on and so forth. Francis Ngannou also. So that's it. Francis Ngannou, the Cameroonian of UFC. So it's also attracting commercial deals because they are noble brands. People get attracted to them. Opportunities get attracted. Personal branding also increases your bargaining power. You can negotiate business at the premium because you know that your perceived value is higher. And then personal branding also can help you to manage your reputation. It enables you to take control of the narrative around your personal brand, around your brand, and thus you can direct or reshape the discussions in the best manner you desire it to be. So let's now see how you can start branding yourself. And it all starts with a strategy. Like I said earlier when I was defining a brand and branding, branding is a strategy, the process through which you achieve a long-standing perception about your brand. So it is very, very important to note that a good branding strategy has a unique brand story that stands out from all other brand stories, a clear brand message that targets your audience and that can convince your audience that what you have to offer is realistic, it's worth engaging in, and then a memorable brand identity that everyone recognizes. When you are inconsistent in the way you appear, in the way you do things, the way you talk, and so on and so forth, it casts a lot of doubt in a personal brand and makes it difficult. So, how do you build a remarkable brand? You start by defining your brand. What is your mission? What's your purpose? What's the reason why? The purpose here is the why of your brand. Why do you exist? Why are you into this product or service? Why are you branding yourself? You must be well defined. And you do that by asking yourself what you would love to stand for, what you would love to be known for. You define all of that. You need to know your weaknesses, your strengths, opportunities, and threats around you. Work on your weaknesses to transform them into strengths while capitalizing on your strengths. Because from your strengths now, you can identify what you desire to stand for and then stand for it. The mission, what do you intend to achieve? The vision, where are you heading to? Your values, what's the philosophy you attach yourself to? If, for instance, one of your values is honesty, then people who are honest will want to attach themselves to you. They want to be attracted to your brand. If one of your values is inclusiveness, then those that believe in an inclusive society will be attracted to you. Secondly, you've got to be authentic. Do not fake it. Do not be someone else online and then another person offline. Some people are very polite online when they meet you. For instance, they come for an interview, they're very polite. They have an excellent CV. But when you go online, you see them insulting people. Their online presence is very unprofessional. They're posting images of dogs, animals, naked pictures in states of drunkenness, and so on and so forth. Those things help to contradict with who you truly are. Because research has proven that from your online interactions, it is possible to know who you are. So you need to be very careful, you need to be authentic. Do not make promises that you cannot fulfill. Keep to your promises, be focused. The third is be focused. Commit yourself to a unique, be a jack of all trades and master of none. Okay? You've got to be focused. Be consistent in what you do. Some of us, we are too inconsistent. At times when you ask people to introduce themselves, some of you say, I am footballer, I am driver, I am humanitarian, I am teacher, and so on. Where do you belong? You need to be consistent on all of your platforms, both online and offline. How many of us have the same name on Facebook, WhatsApp, LinkedIn, and so on and so forth, and the same name that we used to introduce ourselves to people? You cannot be on Facebook, for instance, as George, and then on WhatsApp you are Domsa. And then on LinkedIn you are Neba George. And then when you are introducing yourself, you introduce yourself as Chill George. And then on Instagram you are G-Boy. There's inconsistency already at that level. Do you have the same profile picture on all of your platforms? Or on Facebook, do you have your true picture? Maybe your picture, you snap a picture with a t-shirt. Then on WhatsApp, you're rather having but the logo of a business. And then on LinkedIn, you have the image of a dog. And so on and so forth. Those are things that lend incredibility to your profile, to your personal brand. If you wanted to buy a Tangy, a bottle of Tangy, and you went and you saw that it had different package, a different package, for instance, the bottle is no longer sky blue, but yellow. Or if the name Tangy is wrongly spelled, or instead of having a blue label, it has but a green label, and so on and so forth, or the logo is poorly designed, will you buy it? The answer is a no. So the very way in which when you see a product or a service with a poor brand image or a doubtful brand image, you're wondering whether you should go in for it or not, is the very way in which when you yourself as an individual, you have an unprofessional, inconsistent, incoherent brand identity, it affects the perception of people about you and casts doubt. And once there's doubt, it lowers your brand value. And so very, very few people will be willing to pay. Curate and share valuable content online and offline, free of charge. The more you share valuable content, the better for you, because content is king. It's a bait. It's an enticement. It draws attention for people to get to know that this is what you do. And this should be consistent. You don't post content today and then tomorrow you don't do it, or you do it on a daily basis. After about 1 week, they stop. Come again after 2 months. No, that's not professional. So share valuable content about what you do. Most of you here, you confirm that I constantly share valuable content about personal branding. So you're from what I share, you are able to know what I do. You understand? So that's the very thing that you should be doing. Share valuable content, valuable things that can attend to a particular need, and do that consistently. Don't share things about football. Tomorrow you start sharing about women's affairs. The next day you're sharing about personal branding. The following time you're sharing about war issues and so on. No, be consistent. Even if you must share about other subjects, it should just be around 10 to 20%. The rest should be about the things that you are focusing your attention on. Thank you, Tolida Monica Keke, for that remark and compliment. Leverage on social media. You cannot succeed in building your personal brand in this 21st century without knowing how to use social media platforms. I mean, never. Use the same, like we already spoke about how to use the same consistent information on your social media platforms, the same image, the same name. Upgrade your social media platform so that when somebody takes a look at them, especially on Facebook, he or she can know that this is this person, these are the schools this person went through, these are the networks this person belongs to. It's not everything you post online, it's not everything you comment on. Avoid commenting on issues related to ethnicity, gender, politics, religion, if you do not master the subject matter. Avoid hate speech. When I follow many people online, even some of our so-called influencers in this country, they are extremely misleading because of the type of content they put outside there. And so if you are not careful, you'll be following them thinking that they're doing the right thing. Of recent, we've seen a lot of quarreling between factions of different influencers, whether you call them stars or actors or musicians or whatsoever. You cannot afford to get involved in such a mess because it will affect you. Everybody has what we call a digital blueprint. There are institutions that before they engage you in a contract, be it a job contract or so. Yes, Monica, Keke, thank you very much. Before they engage you, they have softwares that they'll just type your name and then everything about you shows up. Even the things that you've posted and you're going to delete it. So those are you post naked pictures, you insult people, you are drunk, snap account related to the type of career you want to build. So you need to be very, very careful about that. You need to have a personal brand elevator pitch. It tells people about what you do, who you serve, and how you do it differently. All of what I'm telling you here, we have a comprehensive package at Brochure Ethiopia where we teach you how to build a personal brand, an outstanding personal brand. For instance, my personal brand elevator pitch is that I build thought leadership in purpose-driven organizations, socially conscious game changers, and corporate professionals by leveraging the power of personal branding. What do? I build thought leadership. Who do I serve? I've stated it. And how do I go about it? By leveraging the power of personal branding. So that's it. So when you invest in your personal brand, you become more discovered, more differentiable, likable, trustable, respectable, memorable, valuable, durable, and indispensable. Why not monetizable in your industry? So that's it. Thank you very much. And you'll be amazed by the content. And I encourage each and every one of you who has not enrolled for the Brochure ETLP program to enroll. We also have the Brochure SVAC program. So enroll. And it's an online program. It hosts every evening from 7 to 8:30 p.m. It is very user-friendly, it's very student-friendly, very worker-friendly. And we've trained more than 200 emerging professionals across 15 countries in the world in just 1 year. So it will be our pleasure to have you trained. I'll share the slides with you, you go through and you'll be amazed by its content. Thank you very much. We'll end here for today. If you have any questions, please you ask. Unmute yourself and ask your questions.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. Thank you so much. So I had a question. Is it okay to brand yourself when you are not willing to monetize?
Yes. Hello?
Yes, I'm getting you, sir.
Hello? Please, is that the only question you have?
Yes, sir. As of now, yes.
Can I answer the question? The response is yes. I wish you know that that's the only question you have before I elaborate on that.
Yes, that's the only question. That's the only question, sir.
Okay, that's good. Okay, it's very, very important. Notice that it's not all about money. That's why you have to define your purpose. Somebody like me, as a social entrepreneur, even if I make money, it is what impact that money creates that matters to me. Okay, I'm waiting for your questions. And like I was saying, let me just expatiate. I think the lines went off when I was explaining why it is important to build your brand, even if you don't want to monetize it. Imagine that tomorrow you wish to run for a leadership position, you see, and you are not conscious of it right away. And then you present yourself carelessly, and you have a brand that is not convincing, you have a brand that people do not even know where you are heading to, a brand is not well defined. It will be very difficult for you to occupy leadership position, especially in the 21st century. Maybe in the past it was possible, but now it will be difficult because people will not know exactly what you stand for, where you are heading to, what your mission is. They don't know your purpose. They don't know your values. They cannot stand for you. And if you have a very poor reputation, therefore, how do people even vote for you? They may go online and dig some of the things that you used to do that way in contradiction with who you want to become, and you see that it will downplay on you. So you need to be very, very careful. It's very important to build your brand, whether or not you want to monetize it. Secondly, it helps you in promotions at the job site. It helps you in building your career, because before you're appointed to lead people at the job site, before you sign a contract for any reason, even if it's a charity purpose, people need to know who you are and be sure that your mission is in tandem. It's in line with what they have as a mission. They must be sure that about your purpose, why you are doing the things you do. Otherwise, how do they bring you on board? And so on and so forth. So it's very, very important to take into consideration all of that. So is that understood?
Okay,
Any other question?
Very well understood. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Sir, I think we have something in the message section. Somebody is asking about the institute you mentioned. So please, can you give us more information about your institute? The BRAC
Yes.
Institute.
Yes. Brandway Academy Emerging Thought Leadership Program.
Yes, sir. Can you just throw more light on it?
Yes, I already dropped my phone number there, so the person can get to me directly, or you can visit Brandway Academy on Facebook. I'm writing straight away so the person can get more information about it. So that's my phone number, 670704998. We can talk more about that. Brandway Academy is an online platform designed to train emerging professionals on how to build an outstanding brand for themselves, position themselves as thought leaders in their niche, amplify their influence, impact, and income in their industry. So that's basically, and then we have two programs running currently. We have Brandway Academy Emerging Thought Leadership Program, and then we have Brandway Academy Smartphone Video Animation course. So those are two programs. Before the end of this year, we'll be launching Brandway Academy Smartphone Graphic Designing course. So Brandway Academy Emerging Thought Leadership Program, fondly called BRAC ETLP, is our flagship program designed to train you to be a thought leader in your industry by leveraging the power of personal branding. It's a 1-month comprehensive course that hosts every Mondays to Fridays from 7 to 8:30 p.m. And like I mentioned earlier, we have trained more than 200 emerging thought leaders across more than 14 countries in the world. So distance is not a barrier. You just need a smartphone and the desire to commit time, effort, and we are good to go. Lots and lots of prizes to win. Lots and lots of prizes. Please, any other question?
Okay, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you very much. Please, sir, what about the requirements?
Yes,
What do we really need to?
Engineer has a question. Please ask.
Okay, my question is, many of us have diverse interests, or have more than one interest in life, and we see ourselves wanting or doing things in those different aspects. How we advise somebody who desires to brand himself in those lights? How will you divide your interest when it's in light with branding? Let's say the content you will share, you might tend to share different contents because of their different interests. Now, if you want to excel in branding, how is that person to manage the content? Is it that you should create different accounts or you have a particular account?
I'm not getting the last part of your question.
That will you have different accounts?
Hello?
Yes. Are you getting me, sir?
Okay. Yes, it's okay. Let me put it this way. If I've gotten you, you should know that how will people who have different interests brand their different interests?
Yes. Just to cut it short, that is it.
Okay. Excellent question. Most Cameroonians have that problem. Most Africans have that problem, and that's where we are failing. Let me tell you something. If I came to you and I told you I was an expert in one field, and somebody comes and tells you that he's an expert in 3 fields. For instance, if I come to you and say, I'm an expert football analyst. Another person comes and says he's an expert football analyst, an expert driver, and an expert teacher. And you wanted just an expert journalist. Who are you going for? Or sports analyst, who are you going for? You normally go with the person who focuses his entire attention on sports analysis, because that person most likely will be far more efficient than someone who shares his time doing other things. You may have different interests. Start with one. When you talk of Express Union, for instance, in Cameroon, what is it that comes to your mind? Money transfer, isn't it? But does Express Union do just money transfer? Express Union does other transactions, savings, loans, and so on, but they are reputed for money transfer. So when you talk of Samuel Eto'o's, what is it that comes to your mind? Football. But is that all of what Samuel Eto'o has to offer? No. Samuel Eto'o is into other businesses. Samuel Eto'o is also into humanitarian action and so on. So the underlying point is to choose one thing that you know that you can earn a living from, in branding yourself as you like, and what you can benefit from, and that you can earn a living from. Answer yourself these 3 questions. Amongst your many interests, choose one of them and make sure that you are known for that one thing as an expert. Once you must have excelled in that domain, that everybody now knows that this is what you have to offer. When you talk of McDonald's, when you talk of McDonald's, what comes to the mind is hamburgers. But McDonald's sells a broad variety of products and services, including even real estate. They're into real estate. But when you talk of McDonald's, what comes to your mind is hamburgers. Because they focus their attention to make sure that hamburger stands out as the main product that the world knows. So that's exactly what everybody should do with their personal brand. Don't go about doing. I do several things, but once you ask people about me, they know me about as a personal brand strategist. That's it. So choose one of those aspects and let the world know you as an expert in it. And then the other things that you do, narrow them down so that they should not overshadow that main product or service that you have to offer. I don't know whether I'm understood.
Yes, sir, you have very answered. Well understood. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Is there any other question? In the absence of any other question, we can end here for today. I'll share the slides with Sandra. So she'll share it now with the network, the Domsa network. And if there's any other person that attended this session that's not from the Domsa network and you need the slides, please get to me. That's my number, 670-70-4998. I am George on all of my social media platforms. I teach by way of example. I lead by way of example. So visit my social media platforms and you understand exactly what I mean by being consistent on all of your platforms and understand exactly what I mean by being coherent on all of your platforms.
All right. Thank you very much, sir. It was nice being with you, and we have really learned a lot.
I give you a homework today. Thank you very much. I give each and every one of you here a homework. When you go, Google your name and see what Google says about you, and see whether Google says something that can attract. If somebody wanted to employ you and Googles your name to know about you, will it be something attractive? Will it be something enticing? Will it be something consistent? So it's very, very important. Go and Google your name and take a look at it, at what Google will show you. Take a look at the images that Google will show you. Take a look at what Google will write about you. And ask yourself whether you are proud of it.
Okay, so thank you for that. We'll surely do that. Thank you very, very much, sir. We hope to have you next time again as our guest. We'll really learn a lot.
Thank you.
Thank you for your patience, even though the network was really disturbing, but you still stood by us.
Yes.